Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. I hope pray all is well with you and that you enjoy. Sorry that it is shaking, but we're just going to roll with it, okay? If you are sensitive to shaking, just be mindful, okay? Maybe go to another channel. I don't want to cause you guys any sort of disruptions or anything like that, or overwhelm, okay? But let's see what comes out for you. Sagittarius, you could be in a meditative state, one that is good for you. I feel like it's a positive energy. Oh, you have the sun here, okay? Leo energy, but I feel like you are focusing on the self and it's bringing you a lot of happiness, okay? Whether you're in your masculine energy, feminine energy, I feel like you're trying to connect with your higher self for your highest good, elevating your vibrations. You don't necessarily have time for anybody who's trying to like disrupt you. It could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. This person, I feel like, could be in a unionship, but it's like not the best, okay? It could have something to do with greed or materialism in the past, but I feel like you are having your boundaries up to people who have done this to you or are treating you in a malicious way. And so due to you choosing to protect yourself, you may come off as direct. And I feel like you need to be. I don't feel like it's bad for you. I actually feel like it's something that's going to give you equal give and take with people or situations that you felt like were manipulative towards you, okay? Yeah, 10 of Cups, especially if it's like family. It's like you want to be in good spirits always. You focus on higher vibrations, celebrating. Also, there's like passing down of information. So I feel like this could be hereditary knowledge or generational knowledge and well-being for others to have satisfaction and happiness, okay, and good wellness. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups here, I also see you guys welcoming in like positive love or just receiving love. I feel like you're open to receiving equal give and take in love. You want something that is positive for you, that is a good change. Even if you don't necessarily feel like you have it right in this moment, I do feel like it's coming into you, okay? And it's important not to rush it so much or try to slow it down. Like if you're in a place where you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to try to control it, I feel like that's the moment that you lose grip. All right. So just go with the flow is what I would encourage, and try to practice ease in your moments where you feel like there's tensity in any way. Practice the road of less resistance here towards what it is that you may desire, but fear may get in the way in some way, or fear-based energy. You could have somebody around you who wants to like somebody wants your peace. Somebody wants your balance. Somebody wants to emulate your energy, and you're self-aware, all right? So if you're feeling like these outside energies trying to come in or trying to reconnect with you in any way, they could lack companionship, and they might view you as like a positive influence. I just don't believe that they're going at it in the right way, all right? I don't feel like they have your best interest all the way. And so you may be like very mindful or careful of who you connect with and why you're connecting with them, okay? If you want to. But I feel like there's a lot of people who want to reconcile with you, who want to be a part of your family. And then there's people here who you may not necessarily talk to all the time, that are like family, that are always supporting you, making sure that you're protected from people who took advantage of you like this before. Okay, so just know that you're going to be okay, that you are going to have fulfillment. You're going to have happiness, okay? Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I like this for you a lot. This is not greed either. I feel like this is about a lot of truths that are coming in, and also a lot of pathways to success and financial abundance and gain. And I don't feel like it's selfishly. This is about selflessness, okay? Oh, wow. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting a few things for you, Sagittarius. I feel here that you need to be mindful of someone who is very manipulative, who is trying to see who you're connecting with. They could try to find means to attempt to hack you and things like that. So just make sure that you are safe and protected, and also protect your crown chakra and things like that. These people, they lack loyalty. They lack loyalty. They've never really known what it is. They're accustomed to using controlling means to get what they want, and then trying to redirect it as they might be doing this to other people too. You might just be self-aware and why you were refraining from being around these people. All right, that's what I'm getting. Some of you are refraining from being around these people because they're trying to force you in some way. It's like they're a little bit of the monkey and they're trying to figure out how they can take the bananas. All right. So just, you know, be mindful that they're trying to get something off of your plate. All right. Not knowing that you would share possibly if they weren't so damn manipulative and childish. All right. Heavy emphasis on positive Virgo energy, Piscean energy here. Okay. You'll have some people who come in trying to falsify themselves as being high vibrational, or you experienced this at one point in time. This could be the past, okay, and people wanting to reconcile with you, or they're wanting to see who you are with now so that they can try to distort that and come in falsehood. So if you've already said, hey, I've closed out patterns with these types of people and cyclical things, just know that if there's any sort of discord, it's most likely people who are in this energy who are becoming ornery. Ornery is a term that is often used for people who at one time, you know, they were trying to do things in a high vibration, or they thought, you know, but they became too controlling and manipulative that they became distorted in their ultimate goal. They could have even tried to make you feel that way by intimidating you, okay? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I also feel like if you dealt with situations where people like try to force their beliefs onto you, to try to force you into like a right direction for you, it was for controlling reasonings here, okay? I don't often get this energy of like MK Ultra, but it is coming through. Okay, so these could be people who attempted to use like really terrible tricks to demean you, to get into your mind, to make you feel lesser than. And I feel here that you have found the proper way for yourself, most Sagittarius here that I'm talking to. And those people who were trying to like switch energies with you, for example, you know, in whatever way, they're now stuck in that because they're not healing. Whereas you are choosing to focus more so on a healing momentum and journey. Some people who were claiming that they were focusing on the healing journey might have been trying to sabotage you or trying to figure out means to save themselves by trying to switch you out of things that they knew were good for you. And I feel like you're not intimidated by these types of people anymore, but they're intimidated by you. They want to be like acknowledged or addressed, but in good reasonings. But I feel like you don't connect with those types of people, or those people who are in those low vibrations, or have this stigma around trying to make you seem like you're the false one. All right. It could be another Capricorn if you have Capricorn placements. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio could be doing this, or somebody with heavy placements of those. These could be people that you at one point celebrated with, who I feel like you already know. I feel like you already know. Yeah, and you need to go towards the path of like less resistance towards happiness. Okay, getting away from people who are controlling your narrative or were trying to control your narrative. I feel like a lot of these people are like getting taken out. They're getting taken out. And on your new pathway, you have growth promised here. Growth. Some of you guys could be learning how to prune, like, or like clipping flowers and things like that so that they grow, so that things can grow better. But also appreciating some things growing a little bit in an untamed fashion, recognizing how things work and maneuver, okay? Your ideas could be growing in this way as well, and you could be coming to a point where you need to figure out what's meant for you in life, and also when things are too much, how to step away. You had the Two of Wands come out, Ace of Wands and then Two of Wands. Granted, your steps are ordered. Your steps are ordered in a positive fashion here. But learning when to step away and when to give and when not to give and why it's important is going to be very crucial, especially if you are seeking unionship of any kind in the future. You could be overburdened. Some of you could be recognizing where this will affect you in the future in some way and how to maneuver through that. Not necessarily living for just today, but recognizing how you may need to implement change for the future in order to obtain all of what it is that you desire. It's like when you go to look in certain astrology that connects to you and you recognize how it might affect your behavior when it comes to love, relationships, career, health, and all of that. You need to be mindful of these changes and how, you know, whatever you are really listening to or connecting to, how it may be affecting you, but also how you can change it for the positive and to benefit you. I feel like you have maybe a group of people here, people from your past who may have done things not really taking in a lot of who they are into account. And so when they have like these tower moments or change, they want to blame people like you who are doing positive. Okay, for those of you who are out here trying to do your best and trying to be positive, they might be trying to blame you like you did something to them when all you were doing was help them to learn more about themselves and why it's important to learn about you first. And so in that way, I feel like you're being forgiven for a lot because a lot of people are now recognizing where they put a lot of blame on you when it wasn't your fault. Okay, you're just, you could be like myself, whether you read cards or you don't read with cards, or you're clairvoyance, or some of you guys, I'm hearing somebody could be an audiologist who has gifts and abilities and things like that. And you're seeing how fear from these types of people is trying to make them combat with you, but they're almost coming out like the emperor in the reverse. Meanwhile, you're coming through as someone who doesn't necessarily need control because you have done all of the work to embody all of the kings here. Okay, so it's not about, there's something about the word appalling. Maybe someone's connected with Apollo in some way or has a deep belief in Apollo, okay? But yeah, I get here that you've been learning a lot about self-discovery and who you are and flowing with life. And those who tried to control you at one point in time or tried to say, oh, you ain't doing nothing, you know, you don't really have nothing going for yourself, or it doesn't show, or you're in the same place, or you're doing all of this. Some of those people might be like, you know, reverting back to areas or being with certain people thinking that you put something on them or you hexed them, when in reality, no, you just showed them, you know, the truth of situations so that they don't move too fast, by not even focusing on those types of people, you know, just speaking from a valid place. You know, people mistook a lot of what you stated as being false when they had the opportunity to really hone in on what you were saying from an integral place, and they're seeing how they wronged you by harming you. They therefore wronged themselves. I don't feel like this has something to do with just being family or of blood either. King of Wands, that is your energy, but it could also be someone else here. Let's see, what's your last card for Sagittarius? The Two of Swords. Ooh, there was a lot of people who were doing things, trying to take things from you, trying to like embody you and then leave you helpless. Leave you helpless. But a few other cards came out with this Two of Swords. I want to see what they are because it's 4 of them here. So also, what does Sagittarius not see coming? You got the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse. Ooh, the Page of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. Yes, there's a lot of people who are having falling outs around you. They're having a lot of fallouts around you. So if you've been feeling like strong energy, you're like, yo, this is not me. I feel like you're getting like a universal apology for people who like attacked you under like false beliefs. This could be like since you were a kid. Okay, you might even be aware like these people, they don't really know how to apologize. So they act in like jealousy and envy towards you, but you're not doing anything wrong. You've always been a healer or healing, but people didn't want you to see that or acknowledge that. They wanted to control you. Okay, this could be a Leo, Aries, another Sagittarius here. This can be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. And I don't feel like it has anything to do with age. I feel like it's because you're intimidated by people maybe in your family who are gifted, who actually care and are concerned. But like, let's say you indulged in like unhealthy competition, Sagittarius, at one point in time, and you engaged with people that you know, things transpired. You might have learned to practice forgiveness, and, you know, let's say somebody that you tried to apologize to, or someone here who you were always doing the apologizing on behalf of and all that stuff, like, people tried to attack that. Like those people that you came back to and was like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, we were being childish, or the situation was childish, you know, I would just like to start things off on a good foot and things like that. And you sent in like, you know, recommendations to people of like how you learn to forgive and shit like that. You still had somebody coming at you with hate at one point. You still had somebody coming at you with hate. All right, this could even be another Sagittarius, like I said, and I feel like this person, they want to do more than just apologize. They want to practice forgiveness, okay? And that could be very hard for them, especially if they're around people who are extremely deceptive. They might even do things of a low vibration, not knowing that it is that, not recognizing that it is that. But if these people have like, if you've given this person a chance before, or if you allowed this person at one point in time to gain some sort of perspective by, you know, showing them some of the things that you were learning, I feel like you're not doing that anymore. You've learned to evolve. You've learned to evolve. You could be really at peace at a time where a lot of people are distorted, or they're finding out like that some residual energy or people that they were trying to forgive, or maybe this is you, I don't know. Some of y'all, it could be you. You know, some people that you've tried to give another opportunity or chance or a shot to, you could be feeling like, hey, this is my time to actually choose healing this time, because now I know I did all that I could for this person or for the situation, and I'm not really the problem anymore. I'm learning that, okay? So you may have a lot of relief when it comes to recognizing that you've done all that you could. The weight is not on your shoulders. Oh, I wish y'all could really see my body right now. It's cool outside, but like my body's really relaxed, and I'm actually sitting cross-legged, okay? Because I'm really at peace. And maybe some of you guys are like that as well. It doesn't mean that I'm not grounded, baby. I've been doing grounding work all this time, okay? So, you know, it could even be people who are reading. They might have certain rules that they feel like are supposed to be abided by, just to find out that they're false. Okay, like if you had a reader at one point in time say, oh, you're required to put your feet down on the ground and connect with the earth and things like that, and you've been well connected with the earth, they just weren't, you know, just know that that might be a practice for them, but it doesn't mean that it's a practice for you. And don't attack. Okay, let's practice, you know, not attacking people who do that, and also not judging or attacking yourself so much. There should be a time of like softness and healing and love. You know, you don't have to go to like bitter means in order to find the fulfillment in what you seek. Okay, so if you had somebody who like taught you all of what you know, or you taught yourself all of what you know, this is not the time to attack either side. All right. And also I'm getting here, somebody's practicing not having their head boosted. Not having their head boosted. You could be learning that some people who attempted to like intimidate you through numbers or something like that, how they might be internally or even externally like showing that they are possibly seeking help or falling from grace in some way, and how they can improve. Now, them falling from grace does not always mean that they're falling in numbers or they're falling in ways in which you can see. I don't think that you necessarily cared at all, but they keep trying to halt you, which means that you are someone who is intimidating. You know, your message is very important and it needs to be heard. And for someone to try to make you feel lesser than in that way is disingenuous. It's really disingenuous. And so anybody who has attempted to do this, they're like in mad regret. And I feel like that's often where they feel like they thrived at one point, being sent that, you know, possibly even through their own religious beliefs or celebrations and things like that. But I feel like they're losing companionship. You know, those authentic, or those things that they thought were authentic at one point in time are not that to them anymore. And so any sort of bullying that you noticed or had passed down due to them thinking that they knew something when all they wanted to do was take power from you or feel a sense of control, they're getting that, but it's not going away. Like, they're getting that and it's not going away. And I also feel like a lot of these people here are like getting demonic attacks and they're trying to blame the world. So if you see people that are overreacting or are not able to get out of trying to control narratives, I would definitely practice like stepping away from those types of people, and having your boundaries up. All right, having your boundaries up, because I feel like these are the type of people who are going to try to lie to save face. Some of them could have been doing like sex magic, having intimacy with your partners, knowing that you were actually in a relationship with these people. Like, whatever their negative desires were, they spread their lies to multiple people who are now recognizing, hey, you know, just because this person sent me something like via money or anything like that, it doesn't mean that they can control me. But they're recognizing that some of these people were sending them cursed money. And so, you know, you practicing the path to least resistance and things like that is really showing these people's lack of humanity towards others who they claim were friends. And that's what's messed up here. And I feel like that could even be why you are a little bit reserved, you know, that Queen of Swords when it comes to you. Focus on love. Is it this one too? Okay. You have focus on love, 24. It breaks down to a 6 or to a 2 if you're subtracting. It says, look for the good in everyone. Okay? Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is on their healing journey that I feel like are connected to. And if you recognize that people are not trying to heal or focus on love, or they have hidden motives, you just see where they're not good for you and choose to focus on yourself privately and wish them well. Now, another 6 is coming through with 15. Practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. I feel like maybe you do have a child's perspective, or your inner child here is really waking up and becoming alert to a lot of things, or a lot of means in which you were taken advantage of. And maybe it wasn't so good at one point in time, because when you subtract this 5 and this 1, it does make 4. And in some studies, you know, the 4s, a lot in like Chinese derivatives, are not always the best. These could be circumstances at one point in time that you wanted to change, but you felt like you couldn't, or you were prohibited from. All right. I feel like now you are recognizing where you have the choice to heal, to resolve these issues, so that you can make that 10 for you, so that you can make good shifts for yourself. I'm also getting here where if you struggle with being stuck in certain areas and things like that, and you rebelled, or you keep rebelling due to like your own beliefs and things like that, I feel like you're right in a lot of areas. You're right to do that, but there are certain things that you should refrain from, especially if you are dealing with like maternal figures here. If you feel like your maternal figure is evil, or your paternal figure is evil, you've chosen, well, some of y'all, not everybody here, but some of y'all have chosen a higher vibrational way to practice boundaries and separation. And now you may notice that people who see how you have kind of illuminated light in your pathway, like they're going to darker means in order to get your attention, and that's not okay. You already learned those things, okay? And I feel like you are teaching people to be of kindness so that, you know, good may happen. Now, refrain from having people take advantage of that, because there's going to be some people who lie, smiling in your face, but not necessarily worthy of trust. Okay? Okay. Yeah, I released myself from the versions of me I created just to survive is coming through. I really like this because it's showing that you have the action, or you have the ability to take action to positive change in your life. It shows that you have the ability to do this during this time, to release yourself from the versions that you created just to survive. You know, even if it does take you practicing grounding, or being of love, focusing on that heart chakra, or even your root chakra. Let's be mindful. You know, dirt, roots and stems, grass. Okay. And what's very important about dirt is connected to the root chakra. It can also be very good to prosperity as well. And it's also very nice in growing trees, and in helping things to grow, right? Let's just look at it like this. At one point in time in history, there weren't any bathrooms like how most have now, okay? So we have to be mindful in how our bodies have been affected by things that we use now, and how we have changed over spans of time. Yeah. So at one point in time, the shit was outside. You know what I mean? And so if you have a fear of things like that, you know, let's practice grounding there and recognizing the truth in that. And maybe if you do have a fear of that, say, I am grateful that, you know, I no longer have to do that, or that, you know, we don't have to do that anymore. Be positive there. Yeah. And also, if you're trying to reconnect with this certain behavior of, you know, going outside to do your thing, recognize how what it is that you're intaking in your body, how it may be negatively affecting nature at times, and how it can be positive too, you know, depending on what it is that you feed yourself. Same thing for urine, okay? Maybe you don't have people, like, I don't know, you know, it's one of those things about being very mindful there too. All right. Because nowadays, you know, the things that we were using to actually help grow, it can actually do the opposite. So just be mindful there, my dears. Anything else from this deck or for Sagittarius? Don't be mad at the animals either. Okay, they're doing their natural thing, and that's why people have been trying to focus on making sure that they're eating healthy things too. That could be important for somebody. Maybe you're trying to help your animal be healthier. Okay, the universe wants you to have more stability and money before your true person comes in. Be optimistic. Allow this to happen. Some of y'all, you know, this person or this situation, it might not be a human, okay? Whatever it is that you were wanting to have for you. But I feel like it's positive, and don't trade your authenticity for approval, okay? In one of the books that I recommended a while ago, What We Leave Behind, you know, the author, one of the authors who created it, they tried their best, their absolute best, to try to do everything that they could to be better. And that's what they needed to really appreciate about themselves, that they are doing their best and trying their best, and that they shouldn't judge themselves so harshly. And that's like at least one of the things that I wanted to tell them when I was reading it, because I could even feel and sense their frustration at the time that they were doing things, you know, even though the book was written a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it's just very important, you know, if that's your goal, if you want to do that, you know, just try your best, but don't harm yourself in that. You know, it can be very frustrating and disheartening at times, but having too much anger build up can also, within your body, cause sabotage. All right? So, Sagittarius, that was your message. I hope that you enjoyed and that it resonated with you in some way. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.